is live, laugh, lose is it's like you get 3 cards and they all have like terrible pun jokes on them, like Laffy Taffy style jokes on them. But the kicker is you get a delivery card and you only get one at a time, and you have to deliver the joke in like a high pitched voice or as Obama or whatever. It was really fun.
Danny, just so you know, no rush again.
We are live. We are live now, but just so you know.
Okay, well, if we could pull it down, I'd like to have my PR team take a quick gander at it.
Okay, it's funny.
No. What I'd like, I can't see your screen, Danny.
Yeah. Well, I'm still working on that. You said you were going to chat. You were going to chat away. Don't throw me under the bus by telling me to do. Hello, Dark Page.
James is like, "Oh, you're not ready to go live? Why'd you go live, idiot?" What a monster! That's why I don't work with James anymore in a live setting.
This is why I don't work with James anymore in a setting. I just don't. Oh my god.
Well, anyways, you should take a look at Live, Laugh, Lose. It was really fun. The whole goal of the game is just not to laugh. So you tell the joke in the style of whatever they tell you, and then the other person, if they laugh within a 5-second counter, then
I would be terrible at that because I just laugh at every joke. I laugh at my own jokes.
We were laughing at the deliveries more than the jokes. The jokes weren't that great.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah, that's the point. You're trying hard to make people laugh, I guess, at that point.
Now, if you laugh at your own delivery, do you lose points or
no?
Is that okay? Okay, good.
Laughing's infectious, though. Like if you laugh, then you make other people laugh. That's the thing. So that should be banned, really. But
well, I think the whole point of the game is to create like a laughing environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but then everyone loses. Everyone wins.
Do you remember I don't know if you can remember way back in your improv days, but the improv game Laugh Out?
Yeah.
I mean, I love that game unless you're not having like a great show. If you're having a show where the audience isn't really laughing very much, and then to pull the Laugh Out game, because usually it's like a second to closer.
That's why you need a vet to call it audible. I would do it like if I was like, we can't do this. And if someone suggested something like Laugh Out or like even like Shakespeare Switch, if it's later in the show, I'd be like, we gotta have an audible if it's not going well.
I think Shakespeare Switch is a little different than Laugh Out. Laugh Out, for the audience's understanding, you do an improv scene, but you're trying to do it serious. And if the audience laughs, you swap the player and somebody's replaced and the scene continues with someone new. Yeah. Shakespeare Switch, even if it's a bad scene and it shouldn't go there, could never go as nightmarishly bad as one long scene where not a single audience member chuckles and you just have a not funny improv scene. I don't know. I like Shakespeare Switch so much.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I'm terrible at doing Shakespeare.
It's one of those games that I feel like doesn't like, I don't know. Like, I guess if you've done Shakespeare before, but it just doesn't lean on the improv enough. It leans on the gimmick more than the improv, and I only like.
Wherefore art you getting this information, Morgana?
Okay, well that's not iambic pentameter in any way. So that
you want to know my secret?
Yeah, okay.
I don't do it right. My secret is that I don't do it right.
Yeah, that's.
And thine audience never doth tell the difference.
I always, whenever like someone pigeonholes me into doing like an accent, like specifically English, I just do the worst Cockney accent I can do, no matter what the station of the person, of the character, because I'm just like I can't do it.
Go ahead.
You know how? Oh yeah, that's a good one, Danny. That sounds really British.
That was me.
Thank you.
Morgan.
Yeah.
But I can't do it. It's not for me. Accents, not good at them.
You should try. Give it a go.
I have tried. Trust me, I've tried. It's just not good.
All right, governor.
All right, governor.
Dark Page has a good point. Personally, a good improv scene can be good and not really funny.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, some of my favorite improv is maybe like more tension building, and then like there's a laugh to break the tension.
I think that the 2-person show you and I did about the dad and the kid, the, like genetics test, had a lot of very serious scenes in it, and it might be one of my favorite shows I've ever performed in.
Yeah, I think it's nice to have that weighted. I would say, I can't even remember anybody's name. I'm out the game too long.
Chris Alvarado is teaching exclusively dramatic improv now.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about it one way or the other. I know that his students love it. I know that the people that I know that have watched the students perform have not been quite as excited. In theory, I love the idea. I only did dramatic improv for maybe one day in college, and like there's just not really a venue for it. There's not a place to rehearse that. It's a weird thing to get together and be like, let's do dramatic improv. And now that I say that out loud, I guess the place to go is Chris Alvarado's class.
There's got to be a theater company or something that would allow you to put it on if you had a team that practiced. But it would have to be, you'd have to be like you'd have to do it in a way that you were like all huge theater nerds where you read a bunch of plays and had all of the things down. It's like doing musical improv. Like, yeah, the subject matter is improvised, but the music is usually like in a pattern that everyone has done before. It's not like they're doing groundbreaking musical numbers. It's like fitting the information into the patterns that they know how to make already,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like dramatic improv would have to be the same, but that's all improv, I guess. Welcome to the Philosophy of Improv podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We were just lost in thought about dramatic improv and building tension in the scenes. If you have any questions about improv or improv related thoughts, go ahead and leave them into the chat. We will not be talking about video games today or comments or anything like that. This is strictly an improvised dramatic podcast.
Can I just hear? I don't know how to say this because this is like super private information.
So okay, throw Danny under the bus. This
is related to improv, and I'm just wondering, have you talked to Jordan lately?
No, I haven't talked to him in a while.
Did you know that he moved?
Where?
To Rochester, New York.
No.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though. He sent me a message and he's like, I have... Okay,
so it's private information. Is that what he was sending about? Private information?
No, there's just backstory. So like a long time ago, I was moving or something and I didn't have space to fit like 9 bins of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan, being the ever helpful and beautiful human being that he is, was like, oh, you can just store them under the house. We have this like, basement space and we can put him in there. And I was like, oh, okay. And I put him in there. And then maybe a year later, Jordan's like, oh, hey, just to let you know, I went down and organized all of the stuff in your bins.
Oh my God.
And put them into categories.
God, that would make me panic.
And I'm like, I was like, Jordan, I honestly remember what's in those bins. Like when you move, you can just toss them out with all the stuff that you're tossing. He's like, okay, yeah. But I think that he then organized it again and saved like pictures and like some other stuff, like anything that seemed like important, and then digitized it. And that's what he sent me a message about recently, was like, hey, I digitized these pictures that I didn't know if you, can you imagine a more sweet or beautiful human being?
I cannot.
And I'm
privacy invading human being.
Huh?
Or privacy invading human being.
No, come on. I left the bins like it wasn't private information. It was just like family photos and stuff. But I have copies of them. But that's my story about Jordan. So no, I didn't know that he moved to Rochester. That makes me sad.
It makes me sad also. But he has still been joining original understudies.
Oh, perfect. So you figured out how time zones works, so that's good.
Yeah.
It's wild. I'm sure, as much as I'm sure the audience loves to know about your random friend Jordan.
It's not our random friend; it's our ex-Bear Supply.
But to them, Jordan. He's random. Oh wow, you've got what's the term? Shimmering lines, like you've turned VSync off on your camera somehow, even though that's not possible. Morgan.
It's because I'm getting
if you wobble your head from side to side. It's okay now. That was weird. It must have just been momentary.
It's Logitech. Let me mess with the key a little bit.
While you do this, while you do that, do we have any video game related announcements to make?
Well, I think this is an announcement.
Just make it.
Let me think about how to announce it.
Just prefacing the preface, and then he's just going to talk about the original understudies. Come on, bro.
The video game original understudies. No. The interview that I did with Toivo Kalua, who was one of the sound engineers on Returnal. We had to bring down. It was my own bad. I didn't go through the what you call it, the pathway of approval, but it's back up. And I really love the interview. And it also has some attachments now, or not attachments, a link to his Vimeo, which shows some of the ways that he's captured sound. And he's a really silly guy. I think everybody would really enjoy watching it.
I just like how there's like a 2-tier system of like unifying the content and like using our like master templates.
I don't know what that means.
No, you know what it means, Danny.
I don't know what it means.
His original understudies background, whatever. It was a very busy video.
That was my fault.
Yeah. The original understudies background I didn't mention, but when I saw it, I was a bit upset. But there's not much we can do. It's not the logo. It's the AI background, because I think we agreed beforehand. James, just capture it nice and clean. You and both separate. Put green screen, and then we'll figure it out in the edit. And nope. It's just an AI interpretation of a Picasso, which is just
ugly as all hell.
It's not ugly.
It's fucking ugly. Dreadful, man. It's awful.
Ugly. Are you kidding?
It's really bad, James. Come on.
Everyone hates it.
What?
We have another Discord server where we talk about it.
God. Well, the problem is that at the time I was trying to I don't know if you can see it in the video right now, but I have a moving blanket. And for some reason, NVIDIA's broadcast is able to erase the background so well. But you can't use a color key out when there's this moving blanket in like Adobe. So I originally tried to get the game crop background. Yourself? I mean, it would be a very small square. It's not a normal shape.
Well, so I know. Yeah. Wait, have you never cropped yourself out and then you set a crop and then you scrub the video and make sure you don't go out of it, and then everything outside of it is then you're only green screening, right around you. Oh God, it's horrific.
Well, I like it. Honestly, I always thought that 3-eyed yellow-faced creature looks like you, Morgan. But whatever.
and then James has also placed his screen above Toivo's.
Well, I put them that way, and then there's kind of a fade between them, so fine. It's not.
I would put Toivo dead center. I would put James' little tiny box in the corner.
That would have been, yeah. I was debating that, but I didn't want to hurt his feelings. But based on this face,
I didn't even think that there was going to be. I didn't think I was even going to be in the video. I thought you were going to cut me out of it.
I mean,
not a big deal.
Always an option. Again, I'm just too generous for my own good. And again, it's.
No, I love it. I love it.
This is horrific. It's horrid. Horrific. What is this? It's terrible. Like the 90s had a brain aneurysm. Like, what is going on in this AI background? I just don't understand.
James, do you have any answers for how disgusting it is?
It's art, okay? I guess it's in the eye of the beholder.
It looks a lot more like a fart than art.
You can't.
So I went on to our Microsoft OneDrive, and I searched everywhere for the web image that we have in OBS for the background, because that's what I was originally going to do. And unfortunately, it was a late at night interview at like midnight, and I didn't have it set up. So I was scrambling trying to get a background. I thought I was just going to be able to go into the OneDrive, pull the background that we use, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
Do we have these separate somewhere? Can we like re-edit the video and re-upload it?
No, because this background is just baked into his video.
Because we were in Zoom. It was recorded in Zoom.
Well, I mean, I would like rotoscope James to never see that background.
I mean, I could. It's it's a lot of effort. It might be worth it, but
anything to never see this again.
How much would it cost for me to pay for someone to professionally rotoscope?
I mean, at least a G, but it'd be worth it. Burn the coffers down. This is horrible.
It's just Well, I mean, how hard would it have been though? No, but James, like you're saying that your excuse for this was that you couldn't find any other picture, but how long does it take to just go on images.google.com, just type Returnal background
or Gamefront
or anything that's not that, and then just use that instead?
And I'm gonna go back to in my mind it wasn't good. It was gonna be just video footage of video games. I didn't think it was gonna be us on the screen. I don't know. I didn't know what it was gonna look like.
Cool.
Wild. Okay. Do we have any other announcements?
I'm looking for a new group of friends that likes my style of art.
I mean, goodness. Well, there's a 2-tier system because I've had my hand slapped for going outside of Gamefront master templates before, and then I saw this and I was like, does James just get a pass? How?
I know. Listen.
If you're as dumb as I am, you can make as many mistakes as I do.
It's my competency that's holding me back. God damn it.
This will get.
He thinks that I could do better, so he expects me to, but he doesn't.
Yeah, I have no standards. I have no standards for James, whereas you know better.
God damn it! This is harsh.
The
it was a good interview. Otherwise,
it was a great interview.
The interview itself is very good, and everything else about it is great.
I think the point James is making as well, which is the fact that we had to take it down a day after we put it up.
Yeah,
but only because we didn't do the right checks with Sony. But it's been done now, and Sony said it's good. So we put it back up.
And the great news is, and this is kind of unofficial, but I think that we are going to probably be able to get. Now we'll have the channel to go through. And it'll be a lot easier to do more interviews in the future, and we'll just get better at it.
Yeah,
I'll Google an image or something, and I'll pop it behind me next.
The thing is, everything else about the interview is great. You're interviewing, like the fact that you got it together.
It was really interesting.
All that is top notch.
I thought it was fascinating. Interesting.
Just stick the landing.
There's a lot of interesting stuff about how. I quite like the story about how it was. What was it like? 2 oranges and something in a helmet to make the sound of the bones cracking and stuff. It's just I
was much more shocked at Danny than I was at you, James.
I apologize.
It wasn't Danny's fault. It wasn't Danny's fault.
But again, unless I have a grand to spend on rotoscoping, like the damage is done. All I can do is shout.
Actually, I know this was probably an offline type subject, but if we wanted to re-upload it, I could put the animated version. I could animate myself. This is a shorter video than the other ones. I could make a little cartoon and make it easily right next to Toy.
Have you ever seen?
We got to see what the reaction to the cartoons is.
Have you ever seen IGN do an interview with Shigeru Miyamoto where they decide, you know what, we'll throw the footage out and just animate them? It's just wild. I mean, it's just.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't watch.
Don't watch IGN. I can believe that.
They're not turning their reporters into animated characters. That's the joke. That's absurd.
It's just.
Today's off the rails.
Oh my god!
I don't get it. I can't help but laugh, but I don't get it.
Oh, it hurts.
Anyway, what I was trying to say was, because it's been taken down, the algorithm obviously now. The video kind of died. So if you are watching this and you will go and watch that, please do go and watch it because it is a good video. We might put a shortcut up or something in a week or so, just to try and get the most out of that footage. But anyway, the other announcement. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you good.
I was just going to say the other announcement to make very quickly is that the death counter contest for Elden Ring. So if you want to guess if you want to guess the final death count for James to win one of those wonderful Gamefront Xbox controllers.
They are nice. I have one. They're sick.
Me too.
The closing date's today. So,
oh shoot! Dark Page, up your number.
Dark Page. Yeah. So if you haven't done it, and I have to say, just because it has to be fair and all within the legal framework, if you haven't filled in the Google form, the link is on the community page. It's on the Discord about announcements
We're
page.
grandfathering in Dark Page, though. Does he have to fill it out?
Yeah, because
well,
I mean,
it would be his opportunity to change the number.
Because as a business legally, I have to have a framework for entries that can be,
Wow.
You have to accept the terms and conditions and things like that. I mean, I just have to do it that way. I'm sorry, but so
it's
you
a Google form, right? Can you turn on resubmit? Steve the Ghost wants to change his answer.
Yeah,
it's just a box you tick.
I can certainly have a look. I'll do that. You two fill time.
Okay. You're going to do it right now? So don't forget.
There's not a lot of time left, and everyone's here,
He's been asking multiple times. I guess my announcement is that my shoulder is still exploded, but I should be getting better in the coming weeks. I thought that this week I was like almost 100%, and then like this weekend destroyed it again. So I don't know.
So what I've done is I've turned off limit to one response, so you can submit the form multiple times, but the most recent response will be the one that is counted, and any older responses
why don't you just change
it
so that you can change your? There's one
because
that says change your response.
You can't.
There isn't. I use Google Forms all the time.
Show me where it is then. Hang on.
Oh my god.
I'll fill time. So
you can see that. Show me where it is. Go ahead.
Oh
wait, here. Where you're on Twitch? Or did you put it on the Discord?
You can see it on Discord, but the audience can't see it. Don't worry.
Okay, thank God. I was going to say, that's people's email addresses.
Yeah, the audience can't see it. Don't worry.
This is responses. Go to settings.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Good point.
Allow response editing. I'll take my apology in writing.
Okay,
you can now. You don't have to say it out loud. I want it in writing. No,
you can now edit your response. So if you go back on there and edit your response, you can now edit your response.
I'm feeling it today.
You can now edit your response.
Show me where it is. Show me.
I think we can. Well, just for fun, since we're in here. These are just. I'm not going to attach the numbers to the names.
Oh wow!
But these are just some of the guesses that have been made so far. 1,042.
Ridiculous.
Someone's guessed. Someone's guessed. 927. Is that? Was that Dark Page's guess?
No, he's 996. 39.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
996. 996.
I don't think he's
filled the form. You need to fill the form in, Dark Page. Get it filled in
yet. There's a lot of low guesses here.
There's a lot of 747. That's ambitious.
Somebody put 97.
Someone's put 97.
Yeah, but you never know.
That was
don't count James Heaney out.
Someone's put 97.
Don't reverse time.
Who put 97? I mean,
they can't see this, right?
No, only we can see it.
You can put the responses to individual, and then yeah. If you ever need help with forms, just let me know. I'd love to help you out.
Thank you. I just want to find out who put 97. I won't name and shame them, but
I might, depending on who it is.
If it ends up being me,
that'd be hilarious. Wait, what the heck? Oh, I know who this is, but
yeah, that is someone who isn't regularly watching and therefore has just put a number in the hopes.
That's an absurd number. Nobody's ever beaten it that.
No,
they're regularly watching, but I think that they just mistyped. Yeah. I might reach out to them and be like,
I will PM them and say you might want to edit your answer because that's just 97 is unlikely. But there are a lot of generous. There are a lot of generous.
I should be able to wrap the game up today, right?
Look at the international response that we're getting. Every country under the sun.
There's been United States, Croatia, Mexico, Poland, Ukraine, the UK. It's about
Barbados.
Barbados.
I thought Barbados was from Game of Thrones.
Well, Barbados is obviously a real place.
God dang it!
But yeah, I think the people who guessed 747 and 791 clearly have far too much faith.
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't actually cracked 700. Like I keep thinking I've hit 700, but I'm always died just 700.
I thought you. Oh, you won 690.
I thought so too. Yeah, I thought so too. And I haven't edited the second video from last week because we're a little behind. So I probably do get into 700. But I'm probably gonna wrap this walkthrough up today.
No, you know,
James.
You know when
knock out those last couple bosses.
You remember what happened last video?
Uh-uh.
You died a ridiculous amount of time to a very weak boss.
It wasn't weak. Come on, man.
A ridiculous amount of time, and you were even cheesing them. All right, we gotta get to these comments. So
yeah.
I can get moving. James has to move his car, guys. I can't.
Not today. It's the other weeks.
Okay, should we roll the intro?
A bit, James. Sure.
Beautiful. This is Resident Evil 4. We technically could have done this last week, but I thought I would give it an extra week to stew, just in case anyone wanted to leave some comments. They didn't, so we could have done it last week, but whatever.
Wow,
I'm surprised no one wanted to.
British Club.
Exactly. I'm no, but I mean, on a genuine level, I mean, maybe I did a bad job, but I'm just surprised people weren't interested in, because I thought it was, I quite like 2 remake and 3 remake, and I thought an early look at 4 might be a nice treat for everyone, but nope. The Mountain said, "I'm sorry, did you waste precious oxygen asking if you want to play the greatest Resident Evil game ever to be created? Resident Evil 5. Of course you should play it, at least at any opportunity given." Well, I've already played it. I played through it with Zach. But the question I asked was if there was a remake of Resident Evil 5. Well, I'll ask you two. Do you think they will remake 5 in the same way they've remade 2, 3, and 4?
Well, James and I are the Resident Evil experts. So when I talked to the developers over our summer break, they had mixed feelings about making the remake, but there could be one in the future James, do you remember what they said?
They said that they would have to do it from the ground up because that game's trash.
Yeah.
That's, I think, what the quote was.
Why didn't they remake the original Resident Evil in this?
They did!
Engine. In this engine, though.
Oh, in this engine, they should.
Because they have the weird camera stuff.
The original one, I think, actually was so unique in and of itself with the different camera angles and the whole different feel to it. It wouldn't have been right to do this. In fact, I would rather
could make
see
that
them
argument for 2,
remake.
Because 2 is
not
very
really.
Much, well, 2 was very much the same as 1 with the camera.
Okay, I never played the original 2.
Guys, so I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember which one's which.
The first one's the one where the camera angles were locked like it was a movie.
Well, I remember 1, but after that, I don't know which one's which.
Well, the one was the one with the camera angles locked, so that was in the mansion, more or less.
Yeah.
And then there was 2, which was that also had the cameras locked. It was basically the same, but more. But that's obviously the one where you're in the Raccoon City police station, and then all that stuff. And then
oh yeah.
3 is the
3
one.
You're in the Raccoon police station too, right?
Okay.
No. 3.
You make it back there. And then you got to put the gems in. Yeah, okay, all right.
3, 4 is obviously this one with the Chainsaw Man. 5
is the one with the daughter of the president.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Ashley.
5
Wait, which one is the one where it's like the 2 people in Africa?
That's 5.
That's 5. That's
the one that's
Chris.
Awful, if you ask me.
Chris.
I'd really love to see a remake of all of these games in the same style as 1 with locked cameras and but
no, it doesn't need to happen.
That wouldn't work for 5. I quite like the lock. I mean, I don't know. I just would like to see 1 get the remake treatment that the others have got. I would, because if you had the whole series in the same engine and it was all nice and modern and it was like a nice, consistent experience all the way through, it would be nice to play through the whole.
I don't think 1 can be like that though. They would have to change so much about it.
But they did that with 2 though, because 2 was like 1. The original 2 was a lot like the original 1. The fixed
and
camera
it was still fun to play.
It's isometric, and and the 2 remake was changed quite a lot. It's like this remake feels more like a graphical upgrade than it does a whole complete refresh. I would assume, because it's not. I mean, it's a lot nicer, but it's not a million miles away from what you did with the mod, right? Where you HD mod. Yeah, but then it changes the it's in the modern game engine, so it's a lot like the other 2, 3, 4 remake, Resident Evil 7, 8.
Did they redo all the skins and everything?
Yeah, everything's been rebuilt from scratch, but it's got this weird mix of like the modern Resident Evil engine gameplay, a bit like 7 and 8 and whatever I've got.
Well, Morgan has some
combined with the gameplay of I can only compare it to Resident Evil 5, which is more arcadey. And you roundhouse kicked boxes to open them rather than just breaking them open and shit like that. So it's kind of got that in there. So it's kind of a weird mix of the two. I can't really describe it.
Honestly, I think that's where Resident Evil 5 should have been played. If that was at an arcade where you put a quarter into play, that game would have been killer.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway, I'll hear none of this slander against NWO Danny Wood. He's never played video games before, so that's why his aim is worse than Big Mord's aiming through a small pixelated parsec, delayed feed from James's potato. The gameplay feels Resi 4-ish. Thanks, Danny Wood. Couldn't place my finger on what this game reminded me of.
See, that's a little unfair, because I was explaining what I just explained to you, which was it's a mix of...
And that's why I can't shoot?
Resident Evil 4 and... No, I couldn't shoot because I'm shit. I'm just explaining what the gameplay felt like. I'm not questioning this bit. Anyway.
Pill 2023 bottom right corner, 2939. Together, lads. Squat. 2023, 2939.
Oh, I had it then. There we go.
Yeah.
Bottom right corner. Oh yeah, that's where.
As a mixed herb. What's my health situation?
I was wondering what my health situation was. It was there, and then
2939.
2939.
Is that right? You got some squatting on. I remember this.
I can already see
game.
it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, you can, now you're looking at it, you can probably tell me like how much.
Oh, you can crouch.
How familiar does this look?
You figured out you can crouch.
It looks better. It looks better.
But does it look fundamentally
There's no
different?
Easy way out.
Like to how?
Not really. Let's see these enemies.
Yeah, I mean it definitely looks way more 3D.
Well, I think we're a bit.
And kicking those boxes just makes me think, God, if I only had that power in real life.
Oh yeah, it looks way better.
Yeah, these characters look way better.
Light effect off the gun.
Oh yeah.
Everything. Well, I mean, again, I was playing it through James's parsec.
Oh, what?
It's Chainsaw Boy.
That's not good news.
That's exactly what you want to see in the morning.
Yeah, it's a lot cleaner. Mikey B is blowing.
Are you sure about that?
Joysticks.
Oh no. Oh no. Do we even have the alerts on? I think we do. Okay. Cool. Well, that was Resident Evil 4 gameplay demo. Thanks for watching. This is Elden Ring.
You're just another customer.
Yeah, just another customer. This is Elden Ring number 94.
Brad on lacto fermented. I'm pretty sure those words just lost you a couple thousand subscribers. Yeah, probably.
What does lacto fermented mean?
That's my beet juice energy drinks are lacto fermented.
Oh, is this the one where you did the sponsor spot at the start?
Yeah, it's nasty.
Disgusting. I hope
Luckily, I don't have any more of those.
I know it's a bit, but still.
Anthony Leota. Has James fought Lich Dragon Fortisax? Michael Rose. No, he hasn't, and he hasn't fought the original Astel either. I thought that was the original Astel. You're only fighting second Astel? James.
There's so many assholes in the game, I can't trick him. I don't know who I fought.
Elmano Mike 2446 Uncle Morgs, please take Jibs to Khaled to Big Jar Guy and get down with the NP3 NPC challenge to get the talisman that increase endurance times 3. I second this. Jibs has jar. So much to do.
I thought he did the Great Jar.
He went there and he died and then he left.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Kenner 86 Gamefront video uploads me Smiley and Likey Alien Head.
Yeah, we've been more consistent lately, more or less. So that's good news.
Google Styles Botnet. Oh, Jibs. You scared me at the end there, but big ups. That's what clutching wins is all about. Also, Morgan kept insisting that you beat the other Astal, but I'm not absolutely sure that you did. I don't know. I might be with you on that one. Yeah, I don't remember him doing that.
Well, I've written it down on my paper.
Yeah.
Which is as much as you can ask me to do.
I'll look up how to get there. I forget.
Arctica 104.33. So much tension in just few seconds. Oh my god, I was sweating. Bravo, James Adamato Lavararo.
Uh-oh.
Good job.
Cursed.
What is that?
You just got cursed. Yeah.
Oh shit. Is that like a Doctor Strange curse?
Adamo Lavaro. It sounds like a Harry Potter.
How about so close?
So close.
Which is totally wrong. It was more than close. Do we want to see that, or should we wait to see that little clip at the very end? Because that's the big payoff of this video.
It's up to you. Do you want to watch it now?
No, let's watch it.
We can watch it at the end.
I think more comments reference it as well.
Hang on. Someone's redeemed the Adventure Bits intro.
Someday we'll be back.
Oh god. We should I give up. What are we on? 104.33. 104.33. That's close enough.
Yeah, honestly, this whole last section here.
Look at me just slipping away.
I have no health. I have no mana.
I do remember fighting this boss twice, but I definitely remember because a lot of bosses actually get reused in dungeons, right? Is that what this is then? This is like a boss in a dungeon.
Yeah, you fight him twice, but I thought that James fought him the first time already. But maybe I helped you fight him.
I have a feeling you were there when I did Astal. To be honest,
yeah. So I think I was getting you guys confused, and then I've fought him 6 or 7 times at this point.
What a photo finish.
Easily done. But yeah, look at that. I mean, you had to go 5 minutes over, but it was done. Yeah, the second one was easier, but I couldn't remember if that was just because I was already used to the mechanics of the boss, or
it's partially that. But the second one, well, maybe it's just in the order that you fight them. But he wasn't doing the his phase 2 like death maneuver. Yeah. So James will learn about that. You ready, James?
Yeah, let's go. Bosax timeout. Does James seriously not know that the R stick controls the camera? Is that why he's so bad with heights and traveling?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
You do know that.
There's a right stick? I thought there was just one stick.
Hold that controller back in the post.
He knows what it does. Like he has an idea of it. Like if someone described what a car is to you, you would have an idea of what a car is, but it wouldn't necessarily mean that you would know how to drive it.
Yeah, I do not know how to drive. I know how to pick up a sword, but do I know how to wield it? Not with my right stick.
Well, okay.
Scroll along the time bar from 0 to 32 minutes to watch Morgan's camera drift. Morgs, may I recommend moving your recording station to somewhere other than a localized quicksand pit?
Does he sink?
I do, yeah. I'm sinking down the whole day.
I mean, you can't quite see it, but
you're like that commercial about marijuana where somebody like is deflating.
You can kind of see it.
I noticed it at some point, but
could you set the speed to like really fast? I don't think it'll be fast enough for it.
Do it.
I'll have to make a GIF of that where you just sink over time. But by the end. You just look like
it's because my camera is moving and I don't realize it, and I'm sinking down a little bit because I'm laying in bed or up in bed. But yeah, cool.
That's pretty funny. And then you catch yourself and fix it. Do you then sink again?
Slowly but surely.
So, yeah, he's going down. That's brilliant. I'm gonna have to make a shot out of that. Just put the Titanic theme over it. Job done.
That's actually a pretty good idea. Okay. Bosox 3714. James thinks he's clever naming his naughty folder Gorn. Nobody will ever know. How does somebody know I have a folder called Gorn?
Because you probably
and it's flashed your screen.
Everybody. Did you actually show it on the screen at some point?
I hope not.
Should we have a quick
and why
check?
do you have
filled with my pornography
as well? 3714
for your VR games on your desktop.
What I do is I make clips of my favorite moments of Gorn.
Yep. There we go.
There it is.
Is it really a folder called Gorn? Where is it?
Well, it's the game Gorn.
Yeah, it's a shortcut.
It's funny, but and I like the fact that he will inflict his AI monstrosities on the viewing public, but when he goes for his own wallpaper, it's just the plain old Windows default.
You can change that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh God.
God. I thought I'd have to hack it to get that thing going.
El Mono Mike says 2150. I believe he hasn't because he needs to advance the Ranis quest line. He needs to go and visit her at the tower to advance. But he's not for Astellet. I guess that means yet.
Ranis.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I don't think there's an S on it. I think it's Ronnie because she's the one where she then sends you on a little errand and then you go speak to the guy.
It's a possessive S.
The Ronster monster.
Ronnie's.
Oh, there's
no apostrophe there.
Well, yeah, we can forgive it.
Ranis.
Ranis. Anyway, I remember that.
Oh, I have an announcement that I forgot to give. I have finally finished all 6 seasons of Nashville, the television show.
Right. Religious.
Did you just finish now?
Yeah, I was watching in the background. So, go me.
Pelagius.
Check this
a spelunking episode. Now, question. Did it feel fulfilling to take down this Estelle, James? I guess it did, but I think it felt fulfilling because of how I beat it with no health left and no nothing in my pockets.
Is it Estelle or Astel? I'm confused.
Astel.
Adele. Okay. Experimental. It's Astel?
Astel. I mean, I honestly don't know. Good job, James. Stressed me out, but still good job. Good job.
301, that bloodstain just pulled a Heaney maneuver.
It's true. I watched that.
Well, did they yeet themselves off a cliff? Was it me as much as you?
Oh, he's in fast speed mode.
Oh, that's okay.
We're gonna put on.
Where were we supposed to be?
301. No, you're good. Just let it ride, baby.
It's hard to believe it's good, but it must be.
258.
We'll just let it keep going.
258 is 3 seconds away from
301.
I know, but it's not playing anymore.
I can't believe you're trying to skip all this.
There you go.
Break.
What was that?
I need a break from this.
It's the elevator being up. At least you know you're not the only person who does that. It's good to know.
It's the 1-year anniversary of Elden Ring. I got an email celebrating it. And it gives you a breakdown on the ways that people have died. Would you like me to read the?
Oh, that sounds fascinating. Is there something we can put on the screen, like a graph or anything?
What I'll do is I'll save the image and I'll paste it into there, and you can share it. How about that?
Sounds great.
So we'll finish this video first.
Yeah, finish the video and I'll get it pulled up.
Cool. Sounds great. Popkicks01. Possibly a new commenter to the channel. Wow, that ending when you killed the boss at the end has me so nervous. Congrats, James.
Luis Sandoval, wow, great job. Determination, focus, and learning. I know the previous episodes would have dragged a bit, but this is exactly what Morgs has been talking about. Learn to fight. It's a journey, but this was an amazing victory. The true makings of an Elden Lord.
Thanks for the tips.
Gross. Rhythmic, James really is an inspiration.
I agree.
Mikhail Rose, I'm so proud of you, James. You went back to your Dark Souls roots and you went and got good. I hope you don't forget this victory. But that's what makes this playthrough so great is seeing you overcome and battle and achieve victory. Also, Morgan, you got to take him to the original Asshole, especially since Jibbs has to make his way through the Lake of Rot and Jibbs has to see that sick area. Wait, he hasn't been to the Lake of Rot at all?
Isn't that in Caelid?
No.
There's
I guess not.
Wow.
As much as you feel like you're near the end of the game, I think you've missed so much stuff that you're going to have to basically go back and replay the whole game again to go and.
That's why he tried to go straight to the tree, and I was like, no. We have a lot to do before you can go to the tree.
Danny, I put in the chat of our YouTube recording room the link to the Bandai Namco infographic.
Nice.
And I would rather not spoil anything because they've put it in pretty good terms.
Did they email you any updates on any like new Naruto games coming out?
No, they didn't.
But
they gave me an early copy of Armored Core. But I said I didn't want it.
The original Armored Core.
No, the newest one.
Which one? Which number is that?
I gotta check my email, but I think it's 6.
Okay.
This is quite cool. We should have a look through this.
That's what we're gonna do right now, right?
I'm just trolling.
Yeah, why not? Let me see if I can get it to appear on the screen in a reasonable way.
You do have me hyped on Armored Core. I was looking for my phone.
I don't know how
I'm using it to
this will
look at the
look
chat.
too. Oh, that looks okay.
Ew.
Wait, can you zoom in?
You can zoom in.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh.
Now no one can see it.
Yeah, what the heck? All right.
Oh, now people can see it, more or less. Okay.
5.9 billion boss attempts.
Yeah.
That's just between us three? Wait, what is this?
Yeah, this is just James. I mean, you can't quite see it on the screen, but you can see bits. So yeah, it says overall there's been 5.9 billion boss attempts.
And they've broken it down for the top 5 of the most attempts.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at this,
Malenia's top with 329 million.
It's just a little over 1 billion. So then all the other bosses split. Well, actually, it's closer.
This is basically
billion.
the top 5 most difficult bosses, right? Because this is the number of deaths it takes to beat them, like the number of attempts. So, like, Malenia's got the most number of attempts because people have died to her the most, presumably. And then Margit is in second. Limgrave, the Tree Sentinels in third. Radagon, obviously, fourth, and then the Star Scourge Radahn is in
I've
fifth.
beaten all of them except Melania, right?
So you still got the toughest one to go.
But that's not even a required boss, right? So people, despite
you
not
have
having
to do
to
it.
beat her,
yeah, because most people
are
not. Yeah, you've got to do it. Otherwise, you can't say you've really beat. Yeah, you know, I did it. You've got to do it. They're not little baby bottominis.
Cool. And then below, there's over 9 billion deaths.
Jeez,
in total, which surprises me when you think that it's 5.9 billion just to the bosses, and that means there's only 4.1 plus, well, less than 5.1, because otherwise they'd say over 10 billion.
Moog is not in the top 5 deaths hardest bosses.
I think people skip them a lot.
Yeah.
I think that
it's interesting that Malenia is an optional boss, but everybody goes for it, or maybe it's the fact that not everybody does go for Malenia, but the fact that she's so difficult that the number of deaths is still top. So that
James
speaks volumes.
James is going to put at least
right
$1 million into that.
Yeah, James is going to be 330 million by the time James is done. Get your guesses in. And then and this is interesting. So it's 2% by another player, so that's very low. But I guess you don't encounter the players that often.
No.
But then here's my boy, Fall Death, 14%.
That's very high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially I would say that less than 14% of my deaths have been
Let's not be ambitious. I mean, I would say 14% sounds about right. 15% status effects, and then 69% enemies and NPCs, which is to be expected, I guess. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
status effects means
status effects, as Americans call it, status.
Yep. Poison, Scarlet Rot.
You'd think that would be coming from enemies and NPCs, or at least 7%.
Well, I guess it's not a kill blow from an NPC. It's more like the effects of like the Scarlet Rot. Kind of damage over time.
Rot.
Yeah.
That's the one. Or blood loss.
Yeah, it says blood loss, frostbite, sleep, madness, death blight, poison. I bet a lot of them are death blight.
Die to sleep?
I mean, you must be able to.
How? I think that must be like while you're under the status effect.
Honestly, I've heard that's the best way to go in Elden Ring. If you can just die peacefully in your sleep.
Then you've got summons, co-op versus invasion. 88% co-op and 12% invasion.
Over 1 billion summons.
1 billion summons. And then
the
top
co-op
5
is very fun.
Yeah, but I don't think any of us have tried it yet. I think that would be fun. Top 5 spells cast. Number 1, Rock Sling. Number 2.
That spell.
Does he really? I've not used any spells.
I don't have that
I'm
one.
terrible.
Yeah, you do.
I have a big rock. It's not that one. It's not purple. That's for damn sure.
Purple is gravity, and the rock is a gravity spell.
No, the one I have is a bestial spell.
Number 2 was Crystal Torrent. I don't know what
I've
that does.
fought bosses with that.
Number 3, Glintstone
would
Pebble.
be number 1 by far.
What is Glintstone Pebble?
That's like the normal magic user's spell. It's like the first good spell you get. It's just like a magic missile.
Oh, Morgan, can we please go see the Dungeons and Dragons movie together?
You want to go see Dungeons and Dragons?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you'll have to come down to the South Bay because
I'm fine with that.
All right.
I am fine with that. But I got to wait until I get back. So I'm going to be in New York until the 1st.
Oh, God. Didn't it just come out?
No, there was an Amazon preview yesterday, but it doesn't release until the 31st.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see it when you come back.
Yeah.
And then you've got Great Blade for Phalanx and Rotten Breath. Rotten Breath.
Rotten Breath.
Rotten Breath.
Should be number 1.
And then finally, the top 5 most acquired incantations. You've got number 1. Acquired incantations.
That doesn't mean cast.
Yeah, we can all read. We know.
That's weird. I don't know why they'd say this.
Number 1, Blessing of the Erd Tree. Number 2 is Bestial Sling. Number 3 is the Golden Vow. Number 4 is the Flame of Frenzy, and number 5 is the Bestial Vitality.
James loves that spell.
I do. I really do.
Okay. There you go. So there's some.
It's pretty interesting, right?
Pretty interesting stuff. I enjoyed
interesting.
that. Thank you, James. Now we're on to, and again, if you haven't seen it, please do go and watch it because it was taken down for a few days, but it is still there in the old back catalog. So
before we move on, I just want to give my video game announcement. I've moved on from Iron 4 to Iron 3 in League of Legends. And I put a lot of the thanks of how I've leveled up into the next second lowest tier to using I think it's called Mobalytics. And I didn't realize it because I hadn't really thoroughly went through the Elden Ring stuff. But it's the same thing. So instead of telling you what necessarily to do, it's giving you the most popular items to build out and most popular by the pros. And it's kind of, maybe I could use that information that we just saw to help me. Because I wonder if there's a way to access all of the different builds from people in Elden Ring. I don't want to do that for this. Never mind. But I liked all those stats. I didn't realize they were tracking it. It'd be really cool to look at all that stuff.
You guys, that we have a section at the start of these streams for this kind of stuff called the announcements. So you don't have to just spread them out throughout.
Just saying, I'm Iron 3 in League of Legends now.
We're just trying to keep the audience engaged. You never know when a hot announcement is going to pop up. I have an announcement. I've just finished my 3rd cup of coffee for the morning.
Do you need to go and empty the first cup?
Nope. I'm good.
Okay, because normally
At
it's
the
about this
start of
time.
the video,
You need to-
James looks like he silently farted and is waiting for someone to smell it. James with beef. Can we see? Can we see this?
That's how an interview is supposed to start.
Yeah, we can probably try.
Well, what's going on here really is that it's midnight, and I'm trying to probably be kind of quiet. I'm also just realizing that I didn't prepare to have a good background on my camera, and I had furiously been trying to figure out how to get the Gamefront thing behind.
Yeah.
But let's see this face.
I think it's just you with a grin on your face, to be honest.
I'm James from Gamefront.
What's up, Red Runlander?
Joined with Toivo Kaleo. Toivo, would you mind introducing yourself and telling me what your job title is right now?
All right. Good.
I think that's it.
Nope,
It's-
that does not look like a fart. Come on now, guys. That was professional. Pure
Yes.
professionalism.
It's just happiness. I agree. Games with Heath, you're uncouth. Just bringing the tone down on this professional interview. Pelagius says,
Pelagius. Oh, go for it.
"Oh, great interview, thanks. But James's camera is not far enough in the corner, and James's audio seems off sync. There's no near question, which is a shame, but maybe the man will read the comments to the video. So here it is. Toivo, Nier series characters you like more, Kane from Nier Replicant or 2B from Nier Automata, or at least thoughts on the music in these games by Studio Monica. Accessibility via difficulty options versus accessibility via better controls was a little misrepresented when asked, but thanks for trying."
That was my fault. I guess I didn't understand the question.
The
James
question,
makes an
we did
apology
actually
here.
ask the question, so but because if the answer was just I haven't seen it or I don't know, or we just kind of cut a few questions out because they were just not really useful.
They're bad questions. You can say it.
No,
They
no,
weren't bad questions,
it wasn't a
but,
bad
like,
question. It's just if the answer is I don't really know, like it's just kind of like
The way I had pitched it in the video to Toivo was, let me preface this with, I have no idea what these things are referencing, but they are questions, and I don't know if they're going to resonate with you. So I told him, I haven't played these games, but I'm asking about these characters. Well, I haven't.
You haven't played it. Any Nier Automata? Automata?
No.
Oh, it's really fun. You should check it out.
And apparently he hadn't either, so I asked him about the characters, and he hadn't played it, so neither of us had anything to talk about.
What did Mad Mikey B just hit us with?
don't know. He's just sent us a link, but I don't want to click it and bring it up on the
I'll do
stream
it.
because I don't know. Yeah, you tell me what it is.
Mad Mikey B didn't send you something. Oh, it's the sped up version of me sinking down into my
Oh, sweet. Yeah, let's get that on.
yeah. Set to the
God, is that Final Fantasy music? What is that?
It's
the
Titanic
digital
in 8-bit.
Titanic.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Oh,
That's good work, Mikey.
that's really
good job,
good
man.
work.
That's
Love to see
amazing. Oh my god, that's beautiful. I've got to make that a short. I absolutely have to. That's going up later. That's brilliant. Oh my god.
Holy moly. Wow, Mikey.
Beautiful. Anyway,
Then Pelagius says it makes sense. Editing is good, but in true Gamefront fashion, you do catch things here and there. Mentioning it in an endearing way. A little clumsiness can be a fun calling card, like say Electro Boom guy zapping himself all the time. I have no idea what that's referencing.
It's a YouTuber.
I wonder
please
who
get
else
out more.
James knows and regularly talks to, but doesn't know what they do, who could also appear for an interview. I do have quite a few friends. Humble brag. And that's the end of that statement. No, I know people in the industry. I just don't really know how to organize a good opportunity to interview them about things. Because some of the things are kind of like old news, maybe. Like maybe I know somebody that was a video game voice in 2015.
yeah,
It's like,
it's
is it
difficult as
appropriate
well.
to be like, can I get this
That's what I
person to
mean.
do?
Like, because I know a lot of people and I've met a lot of people as well, but like, even though you know them and you're friendly with them, there's like a professional line where like you're not quite in a position where you can say, "Will you do this thing for me for free?" You know what I mean? Like, you have to be pretty.
I mean, kind of that, and also kind of most of the stuff I find out about is way after it's been done, so it doesn't feel very timely. I don't have any friends that are like, "Oh, I'm working on something right now," which now that I have Toivo as somebody that I'm in communication with, I know what he's doing. I'm going to request that when he finishes any project and it's like public, then I'm going to see if we can get another interview.
God, he's on the hook now.
That way it's, yeah.
Anyway, this was the answer that I gave in the interview, but it's in comment form. But this is kind of why we cut it, because as Toivo says, he's unfortunately not very familiar with the Nier games and has played neither of them. So, yeah, that was kind of the answer. So, and then Pill says, nothing to be sorry about. It's a curious soundtrack, since Emmy Evans used to make up Chaos language, which is gibberish from several existing languages. So it's nonsensical, but yet it still somehow sounds familiar, which is really cool. That does sound fun.
Oh, that does sound cool.
Yeah, because I mean, I think what's clever about that is I haven't heard it, but it sounds like if you can recognize certain forms of the language, even though you don't understand the language, it still sounds alien to you, but you can still pick up the intent, right?
Isn't that kind of like Simoleon?
Yeah, Simish or whatever it is. Yeah, kind of, I suppose. But and then Toivo says, I remember designers at Housemarque talking about Nier Automata. Never too late to deeper dive into the franchise. Great.
Oh my God, Danny, want to become famous?
Oh, God.
Upgrade your stream on some sort of Is it too late? Did we miss this opportunity?
Mikey, no. Mikey, where's the banhammer? Mikey, please. Mikey.
I
gotta. Oh, Mikey's banned them. Mikey's banned everyone.
I wanted to. Oh, I didn't
Thank
get
you,
to
Mikey.
click and say yes.
Mikey, James.
Oh.
We need to put you back on this IT safety course. Don't make me do that. James.
I love when I get a new friend on Instagram that just starts with "hello."
We've just given James his own Gamefront.com email address, and he's about to get it phished. Then El Mono Mike says, "Great interview, Jibs. That ChatGPT helps a lot."
I didn't use ChatGPT.
I was going to say,
on this interview.
I don't think you used ChatGPT to make the questions.
No, I used our Patreon questions that through.
Toivo says, ha, 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 I knew there was something Skynetish about these queues. I'm just going to put, glad you think so. And then Hugo says, that was fun listening. Foley work has always been interesting to me. I guess I like guessing how artists came up or created certain sounds. Hearing that one of the sounds is celery and oranges at a bike helmet made me laugh. I agree with that because one of the most fascinating things I ever watched was a documentary about how they did the sounds in Doctor Who. Like doing all the Foley and stuff, and it's just kind of like really random stuff that they would use to make all the sound effects.
Sure.
Were you ever in Tin Pan Radio? I assume you must have been.
Jesus, yes, I was in Tin Pan Radio.
Tin Pan Radio was an improvised like radio show, but we would have all the sound effects. So one person would be assigned to be like doing all the sound effects with the different Foley work things. I found it so stressful to have to do the sound effects. I did not enjoy it. I think that if you weren't doing it live, it would be more fun. But like, did you ever do the sound effects, or were you just doing the improv?
Yeah, we all switched around.
We did, yeah. It's been a while. Did you enjoy doing the sound effects, or was it too much?
Yeah. I mean, no one expected you to do perfect Foley work live, like with a box of gravel and a like wine glass and a bell. It was I like more like inserting a slide whistle when it was inappropriate. That was my gag.
That was fun.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun for an improv show, like to actually do the sound effects as well. But like having to think on the fly, I can see that being quite funny when you just do stupid sound effects that are completely.
It was like a 1930s improvised radio show, and there was set shows, and then there's advertisements in between each one.
Oh, it sounds like GPW. I love it.
Yeah, and like the shows, like I had like a superhero character with like, you know, his sidekick, and we always did that, but we would get a suggestion for like what the episode was about or whatever. And then,
you were in it all the time. I only got to do it like once or twice.
Yeah, I was a founding member.
That's probably,
I was a little insulted when you said.
Well, it's easy for me to forget because I only got to do it once or twice, so I was a little nervous when I had to do it. I wasn't used to doing it.
Oh yeah, we did it all. Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, I had a set character and everything, and like my so there's the bits in between the shows where you're just like standing around like when you're not on the air. We had like an on the air sign, and so my character was just a huge misogynist because it was the 1930s. It was fun.
I do remember that.
I keep trying to think of ways we can leverage your skills in improv to combine that with something video game related and actually
well, improv doesn't exist anymore. It died.
I know.
I mean, the best
assuming
Bear
it did
Supply
still
shows that
exist.
have ever happened. I wish that you were in them, but they have been since this new year. We just keep knocking it out of the park, and people keep saying they're the best ones they've seen.
Yeah, they are the best ones they've seen because it's all new people.
It's most. You're right. It is mostly new people.
Yeah, so they haven't seen the real deal.
I'm gonna one day beg you just enough to come back and do a show.
Do one more show. Do it for old time's sake.
No,
Please.
I'm all right.
Oh, come on. Please.
We don't deserve it as a society. I'm sorry.
I was thinking like taking cutscenes from video games and then improvising new dialogue over the top. That sounds
so
like
hard. We've tried
like a
that,
recipe
but the
for
lip
comedy.
syncing of it is. We tried to do that, and then it turned out.
Yeah, I'll do one. We'll exclude James. Danny, you and me will do it.
Okay, I'll do it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to improv, but
well, nobody knows what they're doing when it comes to improv. You're making it up.
So then why do
Colin
you
is
teach
very
classes?
funny.
It's a scam.
It is a scam. Thank you. Thank you. No, there needs to be classes, but a lot of classes are scams. That's the problem. Like you absolutely need training to do good improv, but a lot of there's more improv theaters than there should be probably.
Yeah, some of them are teaching you things
And
you don't.
none of them all
They're just
are good.
wasting. Yeah, just yeah. Well, I'm
I
sure.
don't
I'm
know.
sure
I
the
feel
improv
like-
classes taught at the West Side Comedy Theatre are all legit
They're
and
good.
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
yes.
thing, it isn't really that there needs to be more improv theaters for people to watch improv, but improv is so fun to perform that there needs to be more opportunities for people to perform improv, and not necessarily to get seen, but just to be doing it. It's
Street
fun
improv.
to do.
Let's do it.
Street improv gets weird because it's just it doesn't feel like what you'd call a quote unquote safe space to act weird out in the street.
Yeah, when you
Granted,
get
many
arrested,
people-
it's not. It's not great.
All right. Dark Souls 2 Modders
this-
of the First Sin, Episode 3, Dark Page. 'Tis quite frustrating, I reckon.
I don't know if there's context to that, but anyway. Pelagius. Well, madness continues. That boss is a Throne Watcher. Normally, you would meet her at the end of the game, but it looks like she was repurposed for the starting area, so she should be beatable.
Oh my god!
Botness. I've been told later that this Throne Watcher. Apparently, they're a bit like Ornstein and Smaug. Apparently, they come in a pair. But this is just one on her own in like this in an area which isn't usually a boss arena. So this is
the
part
Throne
of the mod,
Watcher from
so-
the very end of the game.
Yeah, but just one of them. Apparently, there's two of them at
shoot.
the end of the game. So
Yeah.
um,
Well, they're all over the place down there, but it looks like a invasion, right?
no, it's just like a normal boss. But
Trying to
again, it's
remember
just
which
all the
ones they are.
changes. Yeah, I mean, like I say, because the mods changed a bunch of stuff. It's difficult. I don't know what the original was like, so potentially.
Yeah.
She's got a very
Dark Page.
I was just going to say very quickly, she's got a very rigid attack pattern, so I don't think it's like an invasion. It's not that AI, if that makes sense. But I haven't seen what invasions look like in 2 yet. So.
Did you disconnect being online
Yes,
so you don't get banned?
yeah, I fixed that. Yeah.
So I get the official Gamefront
So we
Steam
don't get
account banned.
the official game from VacBan. Who sells botnet says you can do it. Dark Page says, I guess key items have also been moved. I believe that is the case, yes. So things are not quite as they seem.
Dark Page, Danny, I know Zach is giving you a hard time for the mod, but I think it was a good idea. This is the third run in Gamefront Bits history, and fabled Morgan streams that no one has ever seen before. Something a little different is cool. And the Rooster agrees. Yeah, I don't know why no one remembers those streams. I played through Dark Souls 2 maybe 3 times, like back in the day when it came out, and no one remembers them. So that's what's going on. I swear people were there though. Or
there was at
maybe it was
least
just in
one
my head.
person. It was just me. And none of my
me.
alternate egos. They enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Ul Salzbodnik, it brings some sad news that you can't join the Cats Covenant, but you can join the Rats.
Yeah.
But I want to be friends with the cat. Although I think a lot of people would like to see you go Champions Covenant.
I always join the rat, but you can change it as you go through.
If you join the Rat Covenant, does that make you enemies with the cat? Because cats don't like rats.
But I think the rats don't attack you. I can't remember for sure.
Yeah,
that does
when you're in
sound
the rat
convenient.
covenant.
Oh, that does sound convenient.
But you only. Well, I don't want to spoil anything. James, no spoilers.
There are not many.
I mean,
rats.
come on.
Okay.
If you think to yourself you join the rat clan and the rats are going to attack you, then you're the crazy one.
I mean,
I'm probably not going to do. I'll probably just do what I don't know. Brad Hahn says, "I wonder if this."
Wait a second.
Oh, well.
I don't want it to be a spoiler, but Morgan, do you remember when we thought the whole area was glitched with all the rats?
yeah.
I guess.
Oh,
we were
is that
crazy.
because you were in the Covenant?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
they
we're
were
just like, oh, we found a broken area.
Oh, we're sick. Bunch of idiots.
Well, that was when we were a lot younger. That was
Yeah,
when
we were so much younger.
Yes, it was only about 2 years ago. Okay, Brad Hahn. I wonder if this mod keeps the "you suck, so the game will now take pity on you" mechanic. Does this game lower its difficulty if you do bad?
I did not know that.
Because I don't want it to take pity on me. That's not from
At
soft.
some point, you will.
Okay.
I didn't realize it did that. Oh, well, the only thing that makes it easier is that the enemies stop respawning. Right?
Maybe. That's interesting. Is Dark Souls 2 the hardest of all of them then? Out of 1, 2, 3 and Elden Ring?
Kind of. Just because of the mechanics.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, yeah. So apparently, it stops enemies from respawning after a while, according to Mau Mau in the chat. So the game does take pity on you. That's
yeah, but Steve, you think it's the hardest because it's the hardest like mechanics, right? Because like the fighting is less clean.
If it's not
like
the mechanics, what would it be?
It would be like the like number of bosses or the hardness of the bosses.
Okay, that's a fair statement.
Or like the length between fires and stuff like that.
Yeah, now I'm getting a bit more into it. I don't want to spoil further episodes. It's starting to get more like Dark Souls 1. I've ever talked to you about the level design in Dark Souls where everything's just very circular and you go around in big circles and go back to where you started. It's great.
Well, yeah.
But there does seem to be a lot less bonfires, though. I have noticed that. What's it called, sorry?
I think it's called Moonscraper or Moonscape. It's a like 2D Souls-like, side-scrolling Souls-like on Game Pass. And it's very like it definitely pulled that element like the circular because you're always working back to the shortcut to get back to the mirror in this case, but the bonfire.
You should play it on a stream. You should play it on a video. Play it. I'm curious to see it.
I'll think about it.
Okay. Steve the Ghost says, Danny died so fast in the second attempt at the boss that I was expecting the souls to appear outside of the fog door.
That's a quick death.
It's a bit unfair. And then it's me. It's amazing how Zach still retains some info from a game that he hasn't played in a long time. Meanwhile, James and Danny can't remember anything they've done after a minute in these games.
Zach has a great memory. It's photographic.
It's true. Like he has a photographic memory of movies and just everything he's ever watched and
Let's
seen.
be real.
It is pornographic.
It's pornographic as well, but yeah. I mean,
he can remember any movie he's ever watched, but in his memory, everyone's unclear he's watching it.
Yeah. Mama says the first big side-scrolling Souls-like, I knew this is in the Twitch chat, was Salt and Sanctuary. It's definitely like Salt and Sanctuary. It's actually pretty fun. It has good mechanics. The fighting is not that hard though.
I have Salt and Sanctuary on PC if you want to ever play it more.
I have it
We can join it.
on PC as well.
Yeah.
I actually like the Spoon Scrapers a little bit better.
Well, fair.
Sorry about it.
And then finally this week, it is
Oh,
Elden
Jesus.
Ring.
I already see some line comments. Can we skip through those because we don't need to see them?
Skip through what?
Dark
sorry?
Page, 8 comments, 2 likes, including mine. Come on, people. Thanks, Dark Page, for keeping the algorithm in play here. Experimentally, 5451, James, when there's a blue line, that
We don't need to see it. I get
Do we
it.
not?
5451.
There's already
please.
a 5452. There's so many comments.
5451, please.
About it. Oh, Jesus, please, Danny.
Let's not skip ahead.
Please.
What's that? 54-51. No, there's something interesting to show you though, James, because
No, it's not interesting.
You see when there's this blue line here through the spell,
That's
it means
what
that
we're
you
trying to
can't.
highlight for you.
It means you can't.
Oh, he's just standing under it, just like, "Row, row, row, row." They're gonna just jerking the air off. Come on, bro.
Uh-oh.
You okay? He's going to sneeze.
Oh, he's got another one coming.
That was 2 sneezes. They called me 2 Sneezy Heaney when I was in high school.
Ew. 2 sneezy heaney?
Yeah.
Pill, Feet Lady is waiting for you to give her a baby. Just summon Latanya the Alboneric next to her. I don't even know if he has Latanya. We'll see. 5225. I love how James completely ignored Morgan, and then it took him a minute to realize that the mistake. The cool mechanics that James would love to know. Some enemies are weak to certain elements. In particular, Deathbirds are really weak to holy damage. But when you have skills crossed with blue lines, you cannot use them. You need to cover FP first. I got him. 5615. It did heal you. You just don't. It just doesn't do an ultimate full heal you expect, James. You did do 1500 damage in one strike, though.
Well, and then on Mike says, lol. I was like, what for it? Wait for it? As Uncle Morg starts cracking up. Wait for it? There it is. Jibs, when you see a blue line across the little box below, means you ran out of FP. Jeez.
Was that your
This
impression
was
of Morgan?
perfect. Oh my god.
I think we've broken James. 54-52.
We don't-
Jibs,
yeah, that's
whenever
the
you
same
see the blue
goddamn thing.
line across the little box below, it means you run out of FP and you need to chug a blue.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Yeah, I've not heard that one before.
That's the
Thank
kind,
you.
that's the kind of
It's a
tip
good-
that you hear once and then you never have to hear it again.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what
It's-
it is? I don't know how you guys do it. I can't see the whole screen all at once. I have to look at the different portions of the screen to see the health bar, to see the
You just
boss
clock
bar.
it every once in a while. If you're like, oh, I've just cast 3 spells, like, do I have enough to cast one more? And you just peek for a second.
You know, like when you're driving and then you've just got to look at the speedometer occasionally to make sure you're not doing 190 instead of
Or the mirror or whatever.
Or whatever. Like, I mean, I can't say anything because I'm just as bad as James at a lot of this stuff. But I mean, I understand the logic at least.
It would be one thing if it happened like every once in a while, but it's just all the time. Like, you just don't look at it ever.
Well, then again, James's car drives itself, doesn't it?
It does a little bit, yeah.
That's what you need.
If I need to put my hands on the wheel, it'll ding, and I go back to the front seat, touch the wheel for a minute, and then I get back to laying down.
Radhan, in particular, Deathbirds are really weak to holy damage. They were the reason I leveled up the Inseparable Sword as a backup weapon, but any weapon with Sacred Blade is a good substitute.
I don't think I even have the Inseparable Blade.
Well,
Or Inseparable Sword.
Pill says as an alternative then that you can slap Sacred Blade on Ashes of War. It's not as OP as the Inseparable Sword, but it can be applied to a lot of different weapons. So maybe that's an option too.
Can we see 5225?
Sure.
This is James ignoring my advice. It's always good for James to see these.
think
Pretty
this
sure
is,
just this. I think this is just him trying to get me to see the blue line again. It's going to be a longer wait.
No, I think this is
Come down
different.
here in the light of day to like so you can see your runes and get a lay of the land. Trolling. He doesn't know yet.
Oh my
Your face.
God. This is the dumbest mechanic in this game. I can't believe you enjoy it that much. How do you enjoy that?
Well, because I'm like, I tell you it's the middle of the day. You just no reaction. Then you run around trying to summon the guy for a while.
It took you 2 full streams to beat that guy.
What?
It took you 2 full streams to beat that guy.
Okay.
So I don't feel bad.
Yeah, that guy's hard. I told you that I had trouble with that guy. I never said I didn't. I mean, I made it under way less deaths than you, though. We should do a race as soon as you finish. We'll see who can finish Elden Ring faster.
Give me like 2 months afterwards so I can.
I mean,
because
last run you did, Morgan, was done in like 5 days, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And James has been going for 52 weeks, more or less. No, worse than that.
95.
Well,
episode.
He's done a couple per week for a few weeks, but
No,
it's been at least a year. Well, the game's a year old. It's been a year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to get 52 weeks down to 5 days, that's a lot of optimization that you need to do there, James.
Yeah.
Oh, but you've not finished yet. So
I haven't finished yet, so it might go another year.
And you know what? In fact, if you did a race from James starting where he is now and Morgan starting from the beginning, I think Morgan would still win.
Yeah, I would beat you. Easy.
Oh, Red Rhinelander says, death race. Death race. Every death contributes a 1-minute penalty for your time trial.
That's a good idea, yeah. I like that.
I love that idea. Dr. Horton's insurance company's calling me. Should I answer?
Oh, put him on speaker. What could possibly go wrong?
I don't. Sometimes I don't know if I should.
009. Come on, James. You're almost there. I took a year to beat the game. Edit. I should have waited to watch more of the video before voting. We have a chance to change it, right? So jump in there and you can do that. Mikhail Rose 2935. It is because he never learned to fight. Haha, Jibs can't poise through every hit. He just gets destroyed. 2935. Let's see it.
Sure.
God, I hate this guy. I can't believe we're just going to watch it again. Oh, this might be something else. This is me going to the other guy, actually. Can't summon. Maybe I can. If I can, I will.
I know you will. Try rotting him. Like he's rotting you, like rot him right back.
Squats.
I mean, I was able to sneak up so close.
From 15 feet away, he's just going to poison him. Poison that poor bird.
Does that work?
It's just there. Yeah, if he got close enough. Oh, he's got him on the ropes. Is this one where you knock him off? Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, I'm glad we watched this clip. That's how you do it.
Proud dad. Wow.
Bosock says 5620. You very much got healed.
We covered that one already.
Yeah.
Jogdor. I beat the beast eye of the apostate derelict. Derelict reference 4650. Started quivering when he zoomed in on that woman's naked feet. Good call, Big Morg. 3242. I'm confused by that comment.
He beat the prostate derelict with the quivering beast eye.
You got to get past the quivering beast eye to get to the prostate derelict. I'm on a mic. 320 Uncle Morgs. You can guide Jibs to get the summon of the invisible assassins he just defeated using the torch. Is the second best summons of the game, and maybe he won't feel as bad using it. Unlike the Mimic, it's called Black Knife Tish. I actually don't know where those guys are. I could look it up, but I mean, he should just be using his Mimic.
No.
All right, Mr. Game, that shield you have are at plus 7, 54 in guard boost, while the brass shield have 56 at base level. Do the math, James. 418, so much struggling just to get to the level up menu. Let's see that.
418.
Still?
I mean, you heard the music cut out for a second there. Is that enough?
Yeah, it's more than enough. I should have actually used a smaller one.
Check the map, look at the menu, jump over this.
So stupid. Can't wait till your brain can just be like completely controlling the system.
Why did you go to the memorize spells menu option? I'm so confused.
It's a nightmare.
It was frustrated.
Watching it is very frustrating. Every time I watch it.
Every time I do it, it's frustrating.
You have to be doing that on purpose.
Nice strings. This episode has restored my faith in my guess for the death counter contest. Jebs, the finish line is on the horizon, but there are some nasty baddies to get through before you reach it. Steal your quivering beast eye for the trials ahead. You need it. You need it.
Okay.
And Nice Strings is in the Twitch chat. He said that he originally played a 250-hour run to beat it, and then his second took 15.
Well, that's a huge improvement.
There's a huge gap, yeah. Especially because you skip bosses that you don't need to fight, and then you go directly for the weapons that you want, and then
you don't need to explore so much, I guess, because you know where everything is and what's worth getting and what's not. And so, yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense. I guess it's more fun the second time around because you're not feeling quite as anxious about missing anything or.
Yeah,
which is a good. I'm glad that you're making me go through all the bosses so that I can really enjoy the game in the future without.
We have to. The first run, you have to hit everything.
Yeah, and then Bosock says it's amazing how James hasn't caught on to the concept of swing, swing, dodge, repeat. Instead, he tries to use the 6-second rot breath on an enemy 4 feet away, as if the enemy won't close the distance. Doing 800 to 1,000 damage with a couple swings and waiting for the next opening is a great strategy. What isn't a good strategy is trying to use rot breath without FP, and you can you can tell when you're out of FP when there's a blue line running through the spell.
I like the way that people are just burying it at the end of long comments. That he's just like tricked into reading it.
Next level is if we can just always make sure that James reads those ones.
Yeah, I want the next Elden Ring. Please, that's the only comment people are allowed to make. Like, I just want a video with nothing but that as the comment.
James is Ulasile's botnet says James is so tilted in this one. Just not sure what tilted him more, the bird, Morgan, or the day-night mechanic. I'm on Team Bird.
I think it's the day-night mechanic.
It's the day-night mechanic for sure. I was so frustrated. It's just insane because what the thing is my instinct is just to spam the buttons as fast as I can during the load screens so I can get back into it, even though spamming the buttons doesn't do anything to the load screen.
Yeah.
And then I race to the location only to find out I got to go back to that damn load screen.
Can I make an admission?
What?
I don't think I did. Don't worry, I understand you're upset. I don't think I did the nighttime bird thing.
Did you do other nighttime events? Because the nighttime events in general suck.
I don't remember. I actually don't really. I mean, I think sometimes it was night and sometimes
it's
it
like
was
the
day,
cavalry guys on the bridges and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe little bits, but I genuinely don't remember spending a lot of time, certainly not in this snow area, like, switching to nighttime and trying to beat this big, like, that's alien to me. I don't think I did it.
It's kind of weird because it's a little bit ways from the site of Grace, and it, like, don't know. I don't know why you would think to go there at nighttime, like unless you just ran into it. I only know about it because they told me to do it when I played through.
Steve says I did do it. I just beat the bird very quickly. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers, Steve.
It was just so unmemorable because you beat it so quickly. Wow, that was a troll, Danny. Good job.
I didn't do that on purpose.
From
I genuinely didn't
way
remember it. But Steve says I did it, and I did it fairly quickly, so that must be why I don't remember it. Because I'm sorry. I didn't do that on purpose. I just...
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Harsh. Brad on Morgan's shoulder hurts from carrying James through this game. James, you are heavy.
I know we need to get you medical insurance because this is rough.
You guys are seriously not funny. You guys are not funny, and the things you laugh at are funny. You got bad senses of humor. Okay?
I'm sorry, James. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bosox 2K1. My favorite sequences 1 hour and 21 seconds to 1 hour, 1 minute and 21 seconds when James does nothing but roll over and over again. Then finally thinks he has a window and gets flattened, trying to rot breath him while doing maybe 300 damage. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
I don't need to see it. It sounds like everything was written right there.
Well, I mean, a full minute.
We're running on time today,
just,
we're nearly finished, so we might as
rolling?
well treat ourselves and watch a minute of the video.
Look at this. No attacking.
So
That's what I thought you were
going
gonna do, and you were like, "I get you."
Well,
you
it's an
stopped
hour,
yourself.
so I didn't want to take too much time.
Well, but just know that you're the only one that you're making all of those rules for yourself.
I mean,
I
those are
was
great
focused on the
rolls. I'm rolling really good.
Yeah, but you'll never defeat him that way.
Well, he's scary.
Just backing up for days.
Yeah, I guess it has been a full minute, and I haven't done any damage on him.
Yeah, you've only just dodged because you're looking for the perfect moment to get some rot breath out, and you think it's coming up right here. Woo! That was a very late roll. Oh, here we go.
There he is. Oh,
Nice attack. Good attack.
God.
But I think you beat him on that run, so it ends up working out, but it's just took you a minute to get into rhythm. 2028 Jibs is walking so confidently as he makes excuse after excuse of why he died and just absolutely gets destroyed again. 2028. It's good. I think it's good for you to see these humbling clips before 2028.
James Heaney.
2028.
Right before we play, so that you can you know what I mean.
This
Mm-hmm.
like a pinhole camera, and all you can see is the guy.
Some of the weakest enemies in the game too.
It's not. This guy's pretty
There
tough.
we go. There we go. It's an old-fashioned beatdown.
I rock him. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
Old-fashioned beatdown.
that's unfortunate. You were doing
It looked
well.
like I was
there.
gonna kill him.
It did, yeah.
I thought maybe they were letting me go with a good win at the end.
It's an old-fashioned beatdown.
I thought
That guy was.
That's beautiful.
Well, lads, we have once again done it.
You know what just occurred to me, and this is not really important information, but you know how we had the little bit of lag in the Zoom call with Toivo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just occurred to me that's probably from because that doesn't happen in all of my recordings. But recently, there's a podcast I have called Original Understudies.
Oh
It's fantastic.
God.
And as of the past 3 weeks,
There's a big
I've been
advertisement for it in the background of the interview, if you weren't aware of it.
Yeah.
as of the last 3 weeks, I've brought in a few people that are recording from New York. And all of a sudden, I've been having problems with syncing the syncing part is not together. I think that Zoom doesn't do a very good job at syncing long distances of lag. But I don't know. It just occurred to me because I was thinking about how we
Yeah.
don't usually have lag. Like Morgan's camera didn't have lag, and it's very rare.
I think it was. It looks like Zoom to me because on the original recording, Toivo's in sync and you're not.
Yeah.
And then it kind of drifts around a little bit, so that he then became a little bit out of sync and you were more in sync.
Can I make a suggestion for future?
Well, what I tried to do was split the videos up and then like move them so they were in sync, but
yeah,
it was very hard.
That's smart. It's a lot of work though.
Like like you can only move it by like one frame either way, and it was either one frame off that way or one frame off that way, and I just couldn't get it to line up. So I just, in the end, I was like, "This is a nightmare. I just can't."
But James could record himself locally as well.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
and
that's
not.
Yeah.
You don't even need to pump your camera over to him.
Yeah,
and that would clean everything up.
But would you, if you were doing an interview, wouldn't you want the person's reactions as you were talking just to feel like a conversation?
No, I mean, people do interviews over email. You just email them the questions and they type the answers back. Like,
that sounds boring as hell.
Well,
I mean, it's just like a phone conversation. Like, we're not looking at each other right now, but we have our cameras on. How's this show going?
It's not too good, honestly. It is rough around the edges.
It's just like a phone call.
You see, it's been a difficult day for James because on one of his Elden Ring videos he was getting tons of praise.
Yeah.
And now he's getting tons of heat for not checking the blue line through the icon, meaning that he's got no FP left. And you know, you got to take the rough with the smooth, James. If you're going to have all that praise, you got to take all that heat as well. Maybe we should have done it the other way around. Maybe
I totally think so.
Yeah, because then you'd have felt a bit better. We don't want to demoralize you going into your recording day, do we?
No, we do. He needs to be humbled a little bit before he goes in, or he'll.
This is yeah, because if you inflate his ego too much, he'll go in too confident and he'll make a ton of mistakes. But if he goes in too dispirited, then his heart's not going to be in it. It's hard to find the balance between, you know, overconfident Heaney and upset Heaney.
Well, I'll tell you one of them I enjoy being more than the other.
Which one?
Can you guess which?
I have no idea.
Like my overconfidence.
You like your overconfidence?
Good to be invincible.
All right, you know what? You're right. He deserved everything that we just got. Right, that's another fan mail in the bag.
Thanks for watching.
I was just going to say, don't forget to get your guesses in.
Yeah.
For the contest.
Last day.
And if you want to make changes, you can now edit your answers, apparently. Dark Pages playing us out with the Adventure Bits video again. Although it's not.
He really wants us back.
Didn't play. The alert's not on this. No, it is. I'm so confused.
No, it has to be. We saw the other ones.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not playing. Just didn't play that time.
Wow! You blocked it. Danny blocked it. Just like skipping Dark Pages comments all the time. Now you guys are blocking his.
No, I didn't. Mikey, are you still there? I don't understand
Mikey,
why that
are you listening?
We'll roll it for him. You can do it from your side.
Well, that's what I mean. I need to open Twitch. My mouse cursor has gone invisible for some reason.
Okay. Oh, it's...
Genuinely, my mouse cursor has gone invisible.
Wow, why is it always having a dark page, though?
This is a nightmare. I'm so confused.
Wow. I feel a little awkward. Maybe Dark Page, maybe we got to get out of here. We got to go back to Adventure Bits. We know when we're not wanted.
I'll sing it for you.
All right, I'm going on the Twitch. I'm going to make it happen.
All right, bye-bye. Forever.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, I'm going on a Twitch. I'm going to make it happen. Just give me a sec.
Yeah, he's signing off.
Oh, sign off. No, I'll stay on. Yeah, play. Bro, that beautiful bean footage.
I've only got 13,000 or 13.4 thousand, so I can't afford it.
Where are my freaking alerts? I haven't been on here in so long.
They're at the bottom.
You click the little joystick at the bottom.
I got it.
There we go. Oh, no. Did you? Come on, Morgan. You can do it.
I'm doing it.
Do it. If it's broken, because it's not.
No. Did it not? It's not running now.
No, it doesn't seem to be working.
Wow. How do we? I gotta get out of here.
Let me talk to
Bye,
Mikey.
Guys.
Bye bye.
Oh my.